Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning.
Morning, Moore County. Let's go. Get up, get at 'em. I'd tell you you're wasting daylight, but Steve ordered up some clouds and some rain, so grab your umbrella, cover up your career costume, and get on out the door. Do it, and do it now.
All right, you got your orders. Get it done. Don't forget, of course, this program is being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. Some of those listening online this morning include Auburn, Washington, Hendersonville, North Carolina, Olympia, Washington, Farmington, New Hampshire, Fuquay Marinos online, Great Falls, Minnesota, Pueblo Nuevo, Panama. You ever been there?
Panama? No.
King Williams, Virginia. These are just some of the folks. Columbus, Ohio. Huntington Beach, California. Wish it was there. Minus all the snowflakes. Lacrosse, Georgia. Ottawa, Canada. Cranbrook, British Columbia. Hale, Missouri. Let's see. Just goes on and on. Chicago's with us. Warner, New Hampshire.
Good Friday morning. Grab your umbrella once again.
Where
today.
I know what it is.
And
Hang on.
a few scattered showers this morning, and then the threat for scattered
Hang on.
thunderstorms returns this afternoon.
This is what happens when we take days off. I forgot to reset some
You
triggers
just like
here.
hearing about that rain, that's all.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was finding a false trigger on me, and now I know why. It's getting triggers from Clark Howard.
Oh.
And trying off the computer, which I will now have to reset, I see. So we'll just put that bad boy in live mode there and handle it that way. Anyway, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? I sure wasn't there. Okay. That's NAFTA. Boy, this is going to be a long day. I can see it coming now.
Yeah, rainy, cloudy, wet, humid.
Don't forget, of course, you can get our live audio stream. We'll cut out the butchered part. From our website at talk973.com, upper right-hand corner of every page has the icon on the air, listen live. Tap it once, you're listening that quick. And you can also get it with streaming services on your mobile device, such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer, Alexa, and Google. Just put WEEB into that search. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area is going to be mostly cloudy, widespread showers. Most of this will be happening this afternoon. Look for a high of 76 up to a quarter of an inch possible. Tonight we'll clear right back out. Look for a low of 51 degrees. And then for Saturday, Springfest and weekend activities, sunny, 76. Doesn't get much better than that. And low humidity. It could be a muggy 76, but no, this will be a dry 76.
Yeah.
Sunday, partly cloudy, 80. Monday, 76 and sunny. Sunny Tuesday's 83. Next chance for some unsettled weather will be next Wednesday and Thursday. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are south at 12, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure 2974. Dew point 20, let's make it 64, and humidity 91%. Sunny 76 right now. Is it sunny? Look cloudy to me. Airport readings. What can I say?
Well, it might be sunny over there. You never know.
It's not that far from here. 67 degrees currently here. Radar showing a few scattered showers already.
Yes, I was getting a little bit of rain on the windshield on the way over.
Little drizzle.
Yeah.
All right, 67 right now here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Let's see here. I got to do that, and then I will be ready to do what I got to do. I got to fix something right quick, folks. There's just no way around it. Only take me couple of seconds here. Merge. Let's see.
Oh, this is interesting. Watching Steve definitely handle the control board here.
Yeah. What happened is, don't need a backslash, Steve.
Well, for those of you who think this is all easy, it isn't. There's lots of stuff going on here.
What happened was last Friday we took off for Good Friday, and I had to reset the triggers to put Clark Howard in our slot, and I didn't set the triggers back to
so it
a
is
normal
your
Friday.
fault.
It is
Okay.
my fault.
All right. Okay.
And all week long I kept saying, "Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to do that." And guess what? I forgot to do that, and it's still fighting me. Come on. I know what. Now I do a go-to. Let me get it where it needs to be. La 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 la.
Can't you just like unplug it and reset?
Oh, I know what I did wrong. My bad. It just doesn't end. Don't go anywhere. I won't be through with this crap in just a second. Because we got some stuff you do want to hear. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I was watching the news this morning. They finally admitted that there was a church in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania that was burned, extensive damage, and they're thinking that some Islamists have done that. And it's over here, so, it's not just France.
Come on. Oh, I got to put it back in live mode. Okay. No, let's try it one more time. Merge. 07. Yeah, if I could type in the right time, it would help immensely. That's the problem. Keep putting in 8:30. I need to put in 7:30. Colon.
You want to borrow my glasses?
I might.
That 7 can kind of look like an 8 sometimes.
Yeah. Two places on the keyboard different. Okay. 0, enter. There we go. Come on. This is really ticking me off. Merge. All right, we're going to do this one more time. Cool. I know what I did wrong. I'm trying to talk and do it, type and everything at the same time, and it's not as easy as it looks. And it still won't go. Huh. I don't know. All right, I'll just do it live at the top of the hour. Just remind me to...
I will remind you live.
When there's like 2 minutes till here, okay? And I'll handle it from there.
On the big clock? Yeah. Okay, no problem.
No more fighting it while we're on the air. Okay, it is 7:36 past the hour. What do we have on our plate this morning? Oh, yeah, Monday morning, John Zumalt's coming back in. We have more.
Oh, even more? This
Cover up.
Monday. This Monday coming up, John Zumwalt will be here at 8:30 to dump even more stuff on the school board and Bob and Bernath and the pilot.
Yep. We're going to...
Should I bring my waiters?
Reveal some more information that just bolsters the truth. That's all we're looking for is the truth. And getting back your $1.5 million that you're due.
Hey, I
see another lie that the speaking of that, and then another lie that the school board perpetrated was, oh, if we go after $1.5 million, we'll have to sue them, and we don't know, it'll cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we don't know if we'll get it back, and blah 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 blah. No, you don't. If they don't pay on the insurance policy, you go to the insurance commissioner and say, make them pay.
Yeah. Well, my morning greeting where I said get up and get at him and stuff, you know what? You school board members, Bob, Bernath, why don't you just stay in bed, pull the covers up over your head, and stay there? We'll be better off if that's what you do this morning.
All right. You got your standing orders, too, now.
Jeez. Good Lord.
Unless you outrank the colonel.
Well, pilot
they're not
guys,
generals, so there you go.
Pilot guys, you actually got to get busy and gin up some more baloney, so, you go ahead and get to work.
Or their fluff stories.
Yeah.
Oh, it's It's what is it? Strawberry season time. Yeah, I had an uncle who got seriously injured when he fell off the ladder picking strawberries one weekend. And, he was
Picking strawberries?
He was very short.
Oh, okay. He must have been. Or that was a very large strawberry plant.
Yeah, it's just a joke. There was a old joke when I was a kid that at the time I didn't understand because I'd never seen a strawberry plant, and it was about three fathers who were really short, and everybody the kids were bragging how short their dad was, and the third kid said, "I don't know, my dad got hurt picking strawberries, and I fell off the ladder," and that's the punchline. To this day, it still works. Okay, let's move on to our sound bites this morning. Let's see here. Back to the start point. The NFL draft is underway. It's NFL draft week. It's mostly an excuse for an exorbitant amount of commercials. Because I kept flicking over to the NFL channel or ESPN, and it was all commercials. They have a ton of commercials, and every time I see them be flicking back, they're going to another commercial.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point when you watch football games, it's literally half commercials, half football game.
Right.
And a lot of that, is not actual action. If they put all the action in it, that all the plays back to back,
Right. Yeah.
it would last about 12 minutes, they say.
Well, and they've done the same study for baseball. In a baseball game, there's actually 18 minutes of action.
If throwing through the home plate all night long is action, but actual
they have
ball moving. Yeah.
Well, same thing with football. I mean, if when they go up to the line, get set, they're counting that as action, and and that could be upwards of 20 seconds of do nothing.
Yeah. Or all that trying to draw them offside and time out. Oh, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, for the draft, notionally you have 15 minutes in between each, and I'm sure they encourage them to stretch it out.
Yeah.
Some of those teams know exactly who they want, and boom, throw the letter down and or the card down, and they just stretch it out. They're on the phone. Could they be trading? No, they're not. They know who they want. They're just allowing you to listen to more commercials.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is 7:41. Speaking of all the NFL draft, we know we got to wash it down with something, I think.
All-American college football players get thirsty, waiting for a pro team to select them. So do armchair quarterbacks watching the action on TV. So if you need a drink, just reach for an ice-cold NFL Draft. NFL Draft. It's the #1 pick for beer. Every gulp is loaded with flavorful potential. So for big, strong, full-bodied flavor, pick some up today. NFL Draft, Nashville, Tennessee.
When I was in college, I went to North Carolina State and graduated way back there in 75. But one of the courses I took my senior year, because you get away with some fluff courses, was radio and TV. Because I had a calling for that. And we were doing TV at the time. And everybody was required to produce a commercial. So I produced a commercial for dishwashing, clothes detergent. And I called my product Brand X. And back then, you had comparisons on TV of the sponsor's product and Brand X, and their sponsor's product always won. So I said the theme of my commercial was, everybody claims to be #1, but everybody agrees Brand X is #2. So why not go with the sure thing?
Right.
Avengers Endgame. I guess it started midnight last night. I don't know whether they did it here or not, but today I guess will be the first full day of that you can go see the movie.
No thanks.
And I'm sure I think they got 5 screens open over there, maybe more. I don't know. It is a lot better with the reclining chairs in there that are motorized. And
I'll wait for Netflix.
you actually, if anybody sits in front of you, you can still see because of the way it's now tiered up and done.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It was a good experience.
Oh.
Now, the other bad thing is it takes forever to get through a popcorn line.
Oh, well.
They can find a way to speed that up. But the good thing is you can buy your tickets offline, get it sent to your phone, just go up to the ticket taker, show your phone, and walk in. And it's all done. You don't have to wait in any line unless you want popcorn
Right.
or something. Anyway, if you're not excited about the Avengers Endgame, well, we got a message just for you.
Avengers Endgame in theaters. Demand for advance tickets has crashed websites and frustrated fans. The film will center around Thanos, the supervillain with incredible destructive powers. However, there are 3 words that are more powerful than any power Thanos has. I don't care. That's right. Your world will revolve just fine without seeing Avengers Endgame. And when your coworkers drone on and on for the entire lunch hour about who lives and who doesn't, or who has the best superpowers, just repeat, I don't care. This message brought to you by apathy, contempt, and disdain.
And it just started, Game of Thrones, the final season, and there are only 4 episodes left.
Oh, dear.
Who will the army of the dead kill on Game of Thrones? Well, this week's song includes 34 of the main characters sung in 45 seconds. Each week, Spence will update the song by bleeping out those who die.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good.
From King's Landing across Westeros to Winterfell, who will survive Season 8? Only time will tell. Will it be Grey Worm the Hound or Podrick Payne, Cersei Gilly Gendry or Tormund Giantsbane, Jon Snow, Little Sam, Lord Varys, Bronn or Jon's Aunt Daenerys? Will Sunday Tyrion the Onion Knight, or will Sansa Stark be the one to survive? Samwell, Tarly, Brienne of Tarth or the Mountain, Drogon, Rhaegal, either one of her dragons, Jaime the Night King or Melisandre, Edison or the guy with the flaming sword, Three-Eyed Raven Lady Lyanna, Jorah Mormont, Qyburn or Arya, Theon, Euron or Yara, who the army of the dead will claim as unknown on Game of Thrones.
Now, they do know, I think I'm getting this right, and I've been watching Game of Thrones, is that the king of the Walking Dead type people,
The Night King.
the Night King.
Okay.
You watching
I
it
did
too?
know that.
He's now riding the dragon. It's going to be, but they do know if they kill him, all of his followers drop dead
Yes.
and don't get back up. And the question is, how do you get to somebody who's riding on the back of a dragon?
Well, they have 2 dragons on the other side, right?
Yeah. But you got to remember, the Night King killed this dragon.
Right.
And that's how he got him and then brought him back to life as one of the dead. And he has those distinctive blue eyes. He's the one that spewed out, instead of flames, I guess it was freezing
Yeah.
sputum that broke down the
freezing
ice
rain.
wall.
Right. Instead of just, further enforcing the ice wall, it actually knocked it down.
Yeah.
That made sense to me. But
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's spewing out, like you said, freezing rain.
Right.
It should have made it, reinforced it, but
yeah, that's just me.
I guess it was writer's embellishment. Joe Biden wants to be your next president.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
Yeah. After you hear this, you will vote for anybody but him.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Biden is a gaffe machine.
Taoiseach knows a lot about it. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive as your dad passed.
Thank you, Dr. Pepper, and thank you, Chancellor, Dr. Paper. In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me.
A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next President of the United States, Barack America.
And it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word, jobs. J-O-B-S, jobs. When the stock market crashed, Franklin Roosevelt got on television.
When the stock market crashed, Hoover was president, and there was no television.
What am I going to tell the president when I tell him his teleprompter is broken? What will he do then?
There's all kinds of old Irish sayings. At least my grandfather Finnegan, I think he made them up. But it says, may the hinges of our friendship never go rusty. Well, with these two folks that you're about to meet, if you haven't already, there's no doubt about them staying oiled and lubricated here. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Graham, state senator, is here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you.
State Senator Chuck Graham is in a wheelchair.
Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though, pal. Thank you very, very much. I tell you what, stand up for Chuck.
My passion to make sure this is done right, it may exceed my abilities.
No,
Do what?
everybody makes a mistake now and then. You know, I'd like to say I'd never made one, but you know I have. But this guy is.
But it's been
moron.
40 years between them.
Yeah, this guy is a complete moron.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to go back to the way it was.
Yeah, yeah. I did. I read that. He wanted to, hey, you got to go back to like 10 or 12 years ago. Yeah, okay. Well, what happened 10 or 12 years ago?
GDP was
Him.
0.5%.
Idiot.
Stagnation had set in.
God.
Nobody could get raises. Jobs were leaving. Taxes were driving all the money out of the country.
Yeah, he's just.
And you get Trump in there, and, they want to put him down when he wants to cheerlead the country.
Man.
He gets some jobs to come back from Mexico, and he cheerleads it. And it puts confidence back into the economy.
When do they start pulling a string on his criminal son? I mean, they want to focus on and want to try to make Trump and his kids criminals and can't do it. This guy and his son are the epitome of criminal activity.
And the deal his son made over there in the Ukraine for millions of dollars for his hip pocket.
There it is, right there. Yeah. There's all the collusion and foreign crap.
But, Colonel, he's a liberal. He gets a free pass.
Yeah.
Liberals do nothing wrong, no matter what it is they do.
I suppose.
That fake dossier, the Steele dossier, created by Hillary Clinton, free pass.
Yeah. Well, when they get into the actual primary season, the other candidates, their old Kamala Harris and Spartacus, there will start. They'll harpoon this guy.
Yeah, and Bernie Sanders just determined that nobody's going to out-liberal him, so he has gone to the social liberal edges of the earth by giving convicts the right to vote. Yeah, the guy who maimed and killed people at the Boston Marathon, he feels should have the right to vote.
Yeah,
he's paying his debt to society, and therefore he gets the right to vote.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to do, I suppose.
Yeah, it seems like when you commit heinous crimes like that, it's about as bad as it gets. I think you ought to lose all your rights, including the right to live.
Well, in appropriate cases.
Yeah. 53-year-old woman was kicked off a Frontier flight from Vegas to North Carolina on Saturday and arrested after complaining about vomit on her seat. Well, that would be a legit complaint, I would believe. She says the flight attendant wouldn't help her and told her and her 14-year-old daughter to clean it themselves.
Right.
They say she was being disruptive, so they had everyone deplane, and she was put in handcuffs. Now, this is where bureaucracy gets circles around a bad decision and reinforces it. What's wrong with somebody saying, hey, I pay for a seat. You think I can get one without vomit on it? Just wondering if, oh, no, that's maintenance. I don't do that. I'm a flight attendant.
Yeah, out of control. It's out of control. Well, and that's not the first time. There was another incident similar to that where an individual walked in and somebody had their comfort animal on there with him, and there was an actual pile of excrement on the seat and in the area, and basically was told the same thing.
And he wants everybody else to smell it. For the whole flight.
Well, he wanted to. This guy's coming onto the plane, and they're telling him, "Well, go sit in it."
Anyway, they had everyone deplaned. She was put in handcuffs. In this clip, you can hear her asking to be moved, then her being arrested at the gate, and her and a witness saying it was unnecessary.
That's not right. I wanted everybody to see what they were doing to me, and it wasn't necessary. I felt humiliated. I felt more so, Pat, that my child had to see me be handcuffed and taken away from her.
I'm 14. My daughter's 14 years old. That part there really hurts me.
She had done nothing that was disruptive or belligerent or threatening, and I don't understand why she was arrested.
Yeah, they want her to sit in a pile of vomit that she didn't create. And then no telling how many diseases in that vomit.
And then turn her into the criminal because she
handcuff
refuses.
her. Yeah, call her off. Yeah, that's which company was that?
I don't know.
Frontier.
Yeah.
So, vote with your dollars. A couple got married at the baggage claim in the Cleveland airport Saturday. They met there 12 years ago in April of 2007. Well, that's a long date.
Yeah.
When the girl asked by her boss to pick up the guy at an airport. They had 2 kids together, but never formalized things until now. Let's see. Let's play house and mommy and daddy before we get married. That makes sense. So they had 125 guests at the airport, and the Southwest Airlines shut down the baggage claim 6 and 7 so they could do the ceremony and reception there.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
That makes the news, and Southwest gets a lot of free advertising.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there was no vomit on anything or excrement.
Scientists want to feed cows seaweed so they can burp less. Methane from cows is bad for the environment, but it's not just their gas. Their burps are even worse.
Right.
So scientists are testing whether eating red algae seaweed helps them burp less.
Probably not.
Is this getting ridiculous or what?
Yes, it is.
Enjoy the sound of cow burping at a couple at a drive-through wildlife park in Washington State.
Can I go now? Really?
That was rude, sir.
Okay, we gotta go, babe.
Okay. And KFC is still doing weird advertising things. This time it's a young sexy colonel dancing with some Chippendale dancers. Only it's Chippendales, and they're singing to your mom for Mother's Day. You can create a customized version for your mom at chippendales.com.
Oh, howdy, Mom. I hear you're the best mom in the world. Well, what do you think, boys?
I love you, Mom. You're a real special lady.
Happy Mother's Day.
And our good news this morning, a 10-year-old girl in Medford, Massachusetts, got her town to install a 3D crosswalk near her school because she was sick of people blowing through the intersection. It's an optical illusion. As you approach the crosswalk, it looks like the lines in the road are raised up off the ground.
Right.
Like a speed bump or a barrier wall.
Yep.
The kids are amazed at how well-spoken the girl is at such a young age.
These three-dimensional crosswalks have been used in many places like India, London, and China. This is even a school, and there's like signs that say slow, like kids playing. Some people just don't listen, so we hope this can be an extra reminder, like you have to stop.
Like you're about to go over a speed bump. Freak you out a little bit? It does, yeah.
That's what illusions are supposed to do, right? I really hope we can start seeing a difference. It's like exactly what I wanted and way more. It looks amazing, and it's just paint.
And in case you missed it, the Cardinals take Kyler Murray as number 1 pick in the 2019 draft.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray, quarterback, Oklahoma.
There you go. All right, weather-wise for us today here in the Sand Hills area, look for mostly cloudy with widespread showers. Headed for a high today of 76. Most of these showers will be coming down between noon and 8 today. Tonight will be clearing skies, a low of 51. Tomorrow, beautiful sunshine and a high of 76. Sunday, still nice sunshine, a little warmer, and a high of 80. And to kick off the work week on Monday, mostly sunny skies and 76 degrees. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, time for all your latest news, sports, and weather right here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump addresses the NRA convention today for the first time since his administration banned bump stocks.
After a gunman used bump stocks in the October 2017 massacre in Las Vegas, the president delivered on his promise to ban the devices, which allow semi-automatic rifles to shoot more bullets faster. Even though many in the NRA opposed the bump stock ban, Mr. Trump is expected to get a warm reception when both he and Vice President Pence address the convention in Indianapolis.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. The president asked for his take on Senator Bernie Sanders, one of the many Democrats seeking the party's presidential nomination.
He's got a lot of energy, but he's got misguided energy, and he's done very poorly in terms of the Senate. He's done very little legislation. I think he talks a lot and doesn't get it done.
Mr. Trump talking with the Fox News Channel's Sean Hannity. Hundreds of students and staffers at UCLA and Cal State University Los Angeles are under quarantine. It's a measles quarantine.
We're offering vaccinations, and where appropriate, we're quarantining those close contacts until they can establish that they're immunized or they're immune, or the incubation period for passing along potential case of measles has passed.
LA County Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Farrar. We don't yet know just how many people were killed, but there are multiple fatalities from a fiery multi-vehicle crash, I-70 in Lakewood, Colorado. Several big rigs and a dozen cars involved. Authorities say the driver of a speeding semi who lost control of the truck may have triggered the massive crash, explosion, and fire. Wall Street this morning, stock futures in the red. Dow futures down about 70 points. NASDAQ futures off 1. S&P futures down 5 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
As soon as we're back out in our yard, yep, we get company.
Dandelions, lurking crabgrass, and wheat-thin grass. But Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action takes care of them all. Now, with one bag, you can kill weeds, prevent crabgrass for up to 4 months, and feed for greener grass. Triple Action, so your lawn thrives, guaranteed. Only from Scott's.
Weeds aren't welcome here.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Triple Action today.
Sri Lanka's president says the alleged ringleader of the country's Easter Sunday bombings was killed in one of the attacks.
The claim from Sri Lanka's head of military intelligence that the man who orchestrated these attacks was one of the suicide bombers will not affect the pace of the security operation. This morning in the capital, police officers arrested a man and seized a lorry which was thought to contain explosives. The president has revealed that around 130 individuals, whom he described as ISIS-linked suspects, are in Sri Lanka, and that a manhunt was underway to detain around 70 of them who are still at large.
The BBC's Nick Beak in Colombo. The Afghan president has inaugurated the country's new parliament almost 6 months after elections were held and following long delays, unresolved disputes, and political bickering. Ceremony came as the defense ministry said the military stormed a Taliban-run jail, freeing 53 captives. News and analysis at townhall.com. A federal judge sets a deadline for the feds to identify children split from their families at the southern border.
The Trump administration is on the clock, given 6 months to identify potentially thousands of children who were separated from their families at the U.S.-Mexico border. The order came from U.S. District Judge Dana Sabra, the same judge who halted the administration's practice of family separations last June. The deadline for identifying the children is October 25th, although Sabra said he is willing to consider an extension. The government had no tracking system in place a year ago when President Trump's zero-tolerance policy to criminally prosecute every adult who entered the country illegally from Mexico went into effect. Mike Gracia, Washington.
Two-day delivery is going out of style. Amazon, which hooked shoppers on getting just about anything delivered in 2 days, says it will soon promise one-day delivery for its U.S. Prime members on most items. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Prescription shop, personal service, drive-through window, and free delivery. All major insurance is accepted, including TRICARE. Order your prescriptions online at AberdeenRxShop.com and click on mobile for the free app or call 944-1313. Aberdeen Prescription Shop at the Town & Country Shopping Center on US 1.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Being overweight is the number one health problem in America today. It leads to so many avoidable health issues. If you have a weight problem and finally want to do something about it, then do what I did and participate in the Transforming You Weight Loss Program offered by Dr. Sharon Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. It's a customized, physician-assisted program based on your body type and your goals. A healthier, more vibrant, spirited, and slimmer you emerges. Now, I lost 25 pounds in the first month and 50 pounds to date. That keeps me motivated. Now, the program is easy to follow. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and if I can do it, you can do it. Give Dr. Wright a call and set up your no-charge consultation about the Transforming You Weight Loss Program at 910-673-2225. That's White Chiropractic at 673-2225.
Good morning, First Casualty Insurance. This is Jared.
Jared, I just rear-ended a brand new Lexus. The guy really looks mad, and I'm sitting in my car with my windows rolled up. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Wanda, now stay calm. Is anyone injured? Have you called the police?
They just arrived. Oh, Jared, am I in big trouble?
Wanda, you're not in trouble. The officer will need to get some info from you and the other driver. You should go ahead and get out of the car and speak with them.
Okay, if I have to.
When you are finished with the police, give me a call back, and I will help you file a claim so that your car and the other person's car can be repaired as quickly as possible.
Oh, thank you, Jared. You've made me feel so much better. I love First Casualty Insurance.
We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies. Call us anytime you have an insurance question. We want to be your insurance people. 910-692-8303. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
Hi, it's Keith again from locally owned Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More in Southern Pines and Sanford to invite you to our giant floor model and warehouse closeout sale where you can save from 30 to 60% on limited quantity of select floor models with prices so low you simply won't believe it. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and more. Up to 60% off, plus get up to 60% off adjustable bases with massage, free white glove delivery, and the best sleep of your life at Sweet Dreams Mattresses and More. Better sleep, sweeter dreams.
At
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Former Vice President Joe Biden spent his first day on the campaign trail eating pizza and greeting voters. CBS News' Natalie Brand has more from Washington.
Biden is the front-runner according to most early polls, though some of his opponents welcomed him to the race.
It's good for democracy. It's good for America. I look forward to a issue-oriented campaign where we discuss the important issues facing the American people.
Sanders and Biden are the two oldest candidates running.
A man who was wanted for questioning in the fatal shooting of his wife at their Catawba County home on Tuesday was taken into custody on Thursday. Joseph Barker is charged with murder in the death of 43-year-old Crystal Johnson Barker. Captain Jeremy Queen of the Transylvania Sheriff's Department tells WLOS News.
We decided today and yesterday we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep going. And again, praise the Lord, it paid off.
A UCLA student diagnosed with measles may have exposed others to the virus. Some students and staff at UCLA and Cal State are now under a quarantine. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans has the latest.
Both UCLA and Cal State LA say the buildings affected no longer pose a threat. More than 3/4 of California's measles patients were either not vaccinated or did not receive the recommended 2 doses of vaccine.
The UNC Burn Center has confirmed a second person has died from an explosion in downtown Durham. 51-year-old Jay Rambod of Creedmoor passed away on Thursday. He had been at the North Carolina J.C. Burns Center in Chapel Hill since the explosion on April 10. His sister-in-law, Donna Jackson, tells ABC 11.
What went through your mind?
That he was possibly dead. We just thought there's no way in the world he survived that.
The FBI says there's no evidence of foul play in their investigation into a fire that destroyed a church founded by free slaves in Greene County. You're listening to NCN News.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
This just in, a brand new Stoneville cotton variety has just been released. ST5600B2XF features a good fiber package, root knot nematode resistance, and it's dicamba tolerant so you can spray Ingenia herbicide to control glyphosate-resistant pigweed. You're always looking for more ROI per acre. That's smart, and that's Stoneville. Talk with your local representative or retailer about new ST5600B2XF. Grow smart with BASF.
Ingenia herbicide is a U.S. EPA restricted use pesticide. Additional state restrictions may apply. Always read and follow label directions.
Police in the Wake County town of Apex say authorities fatally shot a person at the scene of a house fire. Authorities didn't immediately identify the slain person or the officers involved in last night's incident. The home ownership rate, an important segment of the economy, is down for the first time in 2 years.
I'm Gary Nunn. Younger households, including first-time buyers, are the keys as those groups try to save for other big expenses like retirement. They are being squeezed by climbing mortgage rates, and there is a shortage of lower-priced homes on the market. The home ownership rate is 64.2%. That's unchanged from a year ago, a drop of 0.6% during the first quarter of this year. Home price appreciation is outpacing wage growth in much of the country. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Winston-Salem officials are inviting the public to submit ideas for a new name for the Dixie Classic Fair to take effect in 2020. Suggestions can be submitted through an online survey. Assistant City Manager Ben Rowe tells WXII News.
We're going through a process, and the direction is to get ideas and suggestions about a new name. And so, I mean, the council will ultimately make the decision about changing the name of the fair. Change to the name would go into effect for the 2020 fair. Their name will remain the Dixie Classic Fair.
At least 1,300 mainly Cuban migrants fled on foot from an immigration detention center in Mexico's southern border on Thursday in the largest mass escape in recent memory. CBS News' Adrian Bard has more from Mexico City.
According to Mexico's National Migration Institute, only about half of the migrants who broke out of the facility in Tapachula have returned. Most of the people being held at the facility are Cubans, the institute said. Earlier this week, top Mexican officials said in addition to Central American migrants, more and more Cubans, Africans, and Asians are passing through Mexico on their way to the United States.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good morning. Scattered showers are in
in the forecast early today. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and breezy with a threat of afternoon storms returning once again today. Highs return into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon, but we will cool down quickly behind a front this evening. Clearing skies tonight, breezy and cooler with lows in the upper 40s, and a beautiful start to the weekend tomorrow. Mostly sunny, low humidity, and dry with highs in the mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills, it's mostly cloudy and 66 degrees, humidity 96%, dew point 65, pressure 29.74, wind southwest at 10, visibility is at 10 statute miles. There is scattered showers in the area. Taking a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning, a Fayetteville man is being sought in connection with an armed robbery reported last Wednesday afternoon at the Southern Pines Jewelry Store. Angelo Epps, 59, is accused of stealing merchandise from K Jewelers on Brucewood Road. The Southern Pines Police Department has obtained warrants charging Epps with robbery with a dangerous weapon and 3 counts of second-degree kidnapping. The charges stem from an incident that happened about 2:20 p.m. at the store, which is located in the Southern Pines Village shopping area. According to an employee who was working at the store at the time of the ordeal, the robber was not wearing a mask, and when he entered the business, he was brandishing a Glock-style handgun. He fled the plaza with a bag containing an undisclosed amount of jewelry. Investigators were observed collecting evidence from inside the store in hours following the incident. The police department said Epps should be considered armed and dangerous. He also was wanted by multiple law enforcement agencies outside of Moore County. The police department has issued that statement. The Epps, who was 6 feet tall, black male, weighs approximately 160 pounds. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, white shoes, a light gray T-shirt, and a Nike logo, and a gray baseball cap with a red bill. Anyone with information about Epps' whereabouts is asked to call the Southern Pines Police Department. And the Hope County Sheriff's Office needs your help, too. Sheriff Hubert A. Peterkin announced on Wednesday that at 10:33, Hope deputies were dispatched to 7350 Turnpike Road in reference to a shots fired call. When deputies arrived on scene, they found the male victim inside the building. The victim, identified as Muhammad Qasim Al-Otab, died as he was being transported to First Healthmore Regional as a result of his injuries. The motive appears to be a robbery. During the investigation, it was learned that 4 individuals were involved in the murder of Muhammad Qasim Al-Otab. Kevin Cole was taken into custody and charged with first-degree murder. Dumar Rudy, Jaquan Chu have both been charged with first-degree murder and have current active warrants for their arrest. The Hope County Sheriff's Office also looking for an unknown female who was associated with the murder of the individual. Anyone with information about the identity of the female or location of the 3 individuals are asked to call the Hope County Sheriff's Office. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:17.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. For the second straight year, the first pick in the NFL draft is a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback out of Oklahoma. The Arizona Cardinals picked Sooners quarterback Kyler Murray first in this year's draft. Here's Commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray, quarterback, Oklahoma.
Just last year, Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield went to the Cleveland Browns and had a strong rookie season. Carolina Panthers hope they found another explosive pass-rushing defensive end in Brian Burns. The Panthers selecting the Florida State standout with the 16th pick in Thursday night's draft. Panthers hope he's a long-term replacement for likely future Hall of Famer Julius Peppers. Panthers need help for a pass rush that finished 27th in the league last year. New York Giants finally found an heir apparent to Eli Manning, and he comes with a common pedigree. That is being coached by David Cutcliffe. The Giants stunned many at the draft by taking Duke quarterback Daniel Jones with the 6th overall pick. Minnesota Vikings selecting North Carolina State center Garrett Bradbury with the 18th overall pick in the NFL draft, using their first rounder on an offensive lineman for the first time in 7 years. Blues get a 1-goal victory over the Stars in Game 1 of their second-round NHL series.
Vladimir Tarasenko scores a pair of goals as the Blues take Game 1 of their Western Conference semifinal series 3-2 over the Stars. The goals were the 3rd and 4th of the playoffs for the Blues right wing, who did not want to focus on his individual performance.
That's correspondent Mike Reeves in St. Louis. New York Islanders and Carolina Hurricanes set to play game number 1 of their second-round series in New York. Islanders have been off for a week. You're listening to NCN Sports.
If you are a state employee, a public school teacher, or a state retiree, you need to pay attention to this special message.
New government mandates by State Treasurer Dale Falwell will threaten health care benefits for you and your family. These new mandates will cut $400 million in health care benefits for patients. This will lower the quality of care and limit access to the doctors and hospitals you know and trust. These new government mandates will ruin the state employee health plan. That means state employees and their families get hurt in the process. You will pay higher prices for health care access and procedures.
There is a common sense, practical solution. It's value-based health care. And insurance companies and healthcare providers are embracing it all across North Carolina. Tell State Treasurer Dale Falwell to work with our healthcare providers and fix the state employee health plan.
Paid for by Partners for Innovation in Healthcare, a 501c4 independent expenditure not authorized by any campaign or candidate.
Boston Celtics great John Havlicek has died at the age of 79. Gethin Coolball has more.
One of the greatest players in Celtics history, Havlicek is the franchise's all-time leader in points and games played. He was a 13-time NBA All-Star, 8-time NBA champion, and the MVP of the 1974 NBA Finals. Havlicek's number 17 jersey was retired by the Celtics in 1978, and he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1984.
In the NBA last night, San Antonio Spurs winning their playoff game with the Denver Nuggets 120-103. Major League Baseball, Red Sox 7, the Tigers 3, Yankees fell to the Angels 11-5. The Atlanta Braves on the short end to the Cincinnati Reds 4-2. The Diamondbacks shutting out the Pirates 5-0. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
This is your Money Minute. I'm Steve Siddall. A Social Security Administration employee has admitted he accessed numerous accounts and falsified records so he could steal nearly $100,000 from the agency. The feds say that between 2014 and 18, he fraudulently reinstated benefits for some people, changed their addresses to one he could access, then pick up the prepaid debit cards issued to them. Do we need to worry about the safety of our Social Security? For answers, we called on America's Wealth Coach and best-selling author, Coach Pete D'Arruda. Coach, what about this one?
Well, Steve, it's safe to assume there's thieves everywhere these days.
Oh, my gosh,
nothing's safe if you get thieves inside the government agency that has access. Think about it. Social Security Administration, what do you think he has access to?
Everything.
Your Social Security number. Yeah. That's what we try to protect all the time. Really, the number one thing, and there's nothing we can do about it but be vigilant and protect our identity as much as we can, but also pay attention if we see some red flags, like you get calls from people you don't know that are telling you have debt that you don't know about. But then we look at retirement. We want to make sure that our broker isn't stealing our retirement money too, or have us in the wrong place. We call them financial termites. So the first thing we do is we protect your portfolio. We establish protection. We establish what you're going to need for retirement. We build a true retirement plan inside your financial plan that gives you income planning. It makes sure your 401ks and IRAs are behaving properly, and their main purpose was to give you a retirement income. So let's make sure they really do have a retirement income component. I've seen about 90% of 401ks and IRAs that don't have income built into them. We can roll that money into a true income plan if we do the right thing, if we analyze that and we make sure. So if you're curious about what kind of income you can get through retirement, not just what your lump sum is, give me a call today. I'll also give you my 3-book set and my 401k survival box set when you come in.
Sounds great, Coach. 888-456-7577 is the number. 888-456-7577. Or just text RETIRE to 21,000. That's RETIRE to 21,000.
Investment advisory services offered through Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
At Sand Hills Collision Center in Seven Lakes, we proudly serve all your automotive repair, auto body restoration, and collision repair needs. With our brand new state-of-the-art cheap straightening system and eco-friendly AmeriCure paint booth, you can rest assured that your vehicle, boat, or RV will receive top-notch repair and flawless paint jobs. And for all you aviators, we do aircraft body repair too. Sandhills Collision Repair Center is veteran-owned and offers a 5% discount to our military family. We give free estimate and accept all insurance and self-pay. All our ATECs will provide superior customer service from start to finish because we are committed to quality and prompt expert service. Bring your automobile, boat, or RV by today for a free quote at 135 Village View Drive in Seven Lakes. That's just 2 minutes from the Food Lion on Seven Lakes Drive. Or call us at 910-673-AUTO. That's 673-AUTO. Sandhills Collision Center, because you deserve the best.
Hi, this is Chef Karen at Philly & Colts. Extensive research and polling results have confirmed moms do not want to cook on Mother's Day. In fact, mothers in Moore County really want to go to Philly & Colts. Bring the whole gang and enjoy a brunch fit for, well, Mom. Omelets, bacon and sausage, French toast, and cheese blintzes. Beef brisket, pork loin, mac and cheese, salads, veggies, and desserts. Featuring my almost famous fresh strawberry pie. Make reservations. This is our most popular buffet. Philly & Colts, 692-4411.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is going on now at Leith Honda Aberdeen. With a huge selection of new 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no games or gimmicks, Leith Honda Aberdeen makes it easy for you. Our service department makes it quick and easy for you as well. We provide 100% customer satisfaction for all of your car needs. We mean it when we say we're easy to get to and easy to deal with. Leith Honda Aberdeen, the name you can trust.
Great news. During the spring sales event at Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen, all new 2019 vehicles are available with easy pricing. Just ask. At Leith Aberdeen, we strive to make it easy for you, not only with buying a new vehicle, but when you have to service your vehicle as well. We have quick and easy oil, brake, and tire services available just for you. Leith Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Aberdeen. Easy to get to and easy to deal with. Come in today.
Got one of those expensive, beautiful European cars? Bet you love to drive it everywhere except to the dealer for service work. Does it seem to always cost more than is reasonable? Then you need Rick at Vintage and Modern European in Aberdeen. His service costs are priced to be really fair. His team is off the charts great at what they do. You're looking for simple maintenance, big problems, a pre-purchase exam? Then you need Rick. Fully authorized and certified for all the Euro makes. 2809 East Indiana, Aberdeen. 910-944-1023. 910-944-1023.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Well, as you may know, we at WEEB are in a little spat with the pathetic Pilot newspaper. I hate to mention them too much because, frankly, I know they listen, and I kind of feel a little bit sorry for them. I got to tell you what happened today, though. I was at a red light on 15501. I had my window down, and so did the guy next to me. He was playing his radio loud, really too loud. He was laughing, slapping his thigh, and so I looked a little closer. It was David Warnoff, the publisher of the pathetic Pilot. I strained to listen. He was listening to the Zumwalt Zone on WEEB, and much to my surprise, he was getting quite a kick out of it. As he sped away from me in his huge gas-guzzling SUV with the I Love Trump bumper stickers all over the back, I had a thought. My thought was, you know, I don't think that was David after all. Now, you may wonder why I told that story. I wanted to illustrate how easy it is to write fake news. You just make it up. It takes a little more gall, though, to cover up the real news, and that's why I'm upset with the pathetic Pilot. Pathetic Pilot, when you write your little editorial this Sunday running me down, I wish you'd bring in some outside help to help you out. Maybe you could get someone on the school board to write a guest column. Thanks for listening, all you Davids out there, to the Zumwalt Zone.
Good Friday morning. Grab your umbrella once again today. We are mostly cloudy and breezy. A few scattered showers this morning, and then the threat for scattered thunderstorms returns this afternoon. We'll see highs today in the mid to upper 70s. Shower and storm activity tapers off just after sunset tonight. Clearing skies, breezy and cooler tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Beautiful, sunny, and dry for your Saturday with highs in the mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills #1 morning show. Mornings with the leader man.
here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB, and heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Freaky Friday. Nothing but sideshow freaks.
See there? Freaky Friday.
Yeah, we're a freak show. It's Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. The Freak Show?
Yeah.
Sideshow freaks.
It's Freaky Friday. Freak show, sideshow.
I love Freaky Friday.
Let's cut to the chase, freak show.
Let the freak show begin.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Let's get our standing orders for today.
Good morning, Moore County. Time to get up, get out to work, take your umbrella because Steve ordered up some rain for you. Got to get your career costume, keep it dry. Head on out the door, hit the street, except you there, school board, Dr. Bob. You can stay in bed, do less damage that way.
Yeah, hide under the covers.
Yeah.
Pretend it didn't happen.
Right.
We'll tell the truth for you.
Yeah.
If you can't seem to.
Yep. There's people working on it. They'll get it out there.
Yeah. We got more coming your way, by the way, on that on Monday at 8:30.
8:30, another dump. Okay.
Yeah, another info dump. So be here for it. And maybe we'll get our $1.5 million that we're due, meaning you, the taxpayer, out of the thieves that are taking it from you.
Yeah, thankfully we got somebody who will actually do your work for you.
Don't forget this program is being seen around the world on a live video stream, too. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is that link online. You can get it with your YouTube app. Put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. If you're just looking audio, we suggest many streaming services such as TuneIn, iTunes, StreamUp. A lot of different streaming services will play us. Just put WEEB in the search. And if you're on our website, that audio stream is available to you at our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page, there's an icon that says, on the air, listen live. Tap it once and you're listening just that quick. Well, speaking of weather, it's going to be mostly cloudy this morning, turning to widespread showers this afternoon. We got some out there now, but it'll be even more so as we progress through the day. The bulk of it coming between noon and 5, and then it'll be tapering off between 5 and 8, and by 8 it should be on by here. How's that for a precise forecast for you?
I'll be watching.
Tonight, 8:01, Jeff will be outside. At Adams, he can't get anything for it. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 51. Tomorrow, beautiful day, sunny with 76 for a high and low humidity. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, 57. Sunday, look for partly cloudy and 80. Monday, back to work day, it'll be nice too, sunny and 76. Tuesday, 83. And then Wednesday, we got a chance of afternoon thunderstorms and stuff that'll be here Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are southwest at 10. Visibility wide open in 10 statute miles. Pressure is 29.74, dew point 65, humidity 96%. It's mostly cloudy, some scattered showers, and 66 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:31 past the hour on this Friday. Of course, Spring Fest is coming up this weekend. That's from 10 until 4 in downtown Southern Pines, where the artisan and craftsmen of the area set up their displays, and you can partake and buy some if you want to. Anyway, a lot of politicians will be there campaigning, those that are in the race.
Glad handing.
Yeah. As well as the Republican Party will be there, and I'm sure the Democratic Party will be there. And so you can pick up literature and start formulating your opinions. Mm-hmm. Okay. What am I looking for? Yep. I'm looking for this. Well, first let's do this. Things we need to know so we do not sound stupid today. Wake Forest University is holding a series of, quote, listening sessions for faculty and staff of color that aim to advance inclusion efforts on campus. Oh, by the way, no whites are allowed to this.
Yeah, I saw that. That's, yeah.
President Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been defaced again. Oh, yeah, that really showed him, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got tough on that president, didn't you? You're a tough guy. Ken Kercheval, I don't know if you remember him or not. I do because I was a Dallas fan. He played Cliff Barnes, J.R. Ewing's nemesis on the TV show Dallas. He has died at the age of 83, much too young. A new study suggests that losing out on just 16 minutes of sleep makes a difference to your productivity and stress levels the next day.
Okay.
16 minutes makes the difference. Yes, my friends, you paid some professor who only teaches 3 hours a week as it is in college a bunch of extra money for this little grant study that he got paid to do to tell you that 16 minutes makes a difference. Like, that's going to change your life. The money we waste, man.
It is. It's wasted.
Chop half of every budget, not counting the military, but you chop half of every other budget out. And you know what? You never miss it. It would adjust, and life would go on.
You know, there's tons of grants that are given out. Lots of them are good. Do some good things with them. But some of this academic stuff just needs to go.
Well, one thing about academics, you think about it, they want to bring down the cost of school. They want to make college free for everybody. Well, here's a pretty easy way to get to that goal.
Right. Use that grant money.
No. Instead of building brick and mortar and all that good stuff, let people take college online.
Well, they're getting there. It's huge. Online education is huge.
Yeah. And then when you're ready, you come in and take a test. You pass the test, you move on.
Yes, yeah, they're still developing a lot of them. They being, a lot of these.
Well, it can't be that hard to get it online, because right now, this was true back when I went to college from 71 to 75. I was over at State, and I look at the every semester you got a little booklet that showed all the courses available on that campus and who was teaching it. And I looked through. Because once in a while you run into a professor you did kind of enjoy the way he presented material.
Yeah.
And you try to take another course by him. And you find out that some of them only teach 3 hours a week. The most anyone taught was 9. 9 hours out of an entire week, and these guys are grabbing these huge tenured megabuck deals so that they can't get fired. Some of them to no preparation whatsoever when they walk in that classroom, because I've had those who literally opened the book, scratched the back of their head for a final exam question.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. It's one thing if they're teaching 7, 8, 9 hours a week or less, that's fine. There is preparation. There should be, grading papers and things like that. And if that's what they're doing, that's great. But like you say, when I went to college, we had a guy, he hadn't graded a paper yet. I know he hasn't.
Yeah.
Of course I'm well removed from my college days, but I can show you, at the time I could have shown you that man, that particular professor, never graded a paper, never read a paper. And that's because someone I know turned one in with a blank page in every other page, and he got a B+ on his paper.
So he showed it to me. Read the first paragraph and basically everything on that.
Yeah, he put in 3 pages with whatever, and then every other page after that was blank. And yep. And My paper, another professor I had, hey, I never got my paper. And there's stacks and stacks of papers, et cetera, and I never got that paper.
Yeah.
I got a grade, but I never got that paper. Those stacks were still sitting there at the end of the year, and I know he never read a one of them. And then I had another professor would would just dissect you from the first word to the last word.
Yeah. Well, he was doing what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. And if he is, then he's earning that money and he's putting the time in.
Right.
But there are many of them that do not.
One of the best professors I had was an associate professor who didn't have tenure.
Right.
He actually had every word down, and he was going to speak that day in a book that he'd written.
Yeah,
and was presenting it, and he presented it well, and I actually got more out of that class than all the other economic classes combined.
Right.
But, but if you just, with today's technology, how hard is it to videotape the course, the classes and all that? If you can't go to class, to brick and mortar, and take it out of your day and all that, well, you shouldn't be carved out to be able to up your
right.
any of your work of your self value. So you just take it online, and then when it comes test time, you have to go to a brick and mortar place to take it, so they know it's you, and you take the test. And if you pass the course, then you get credit for the course.
Right.
If you don't, then they can boot you out. They don't have to boot you out anymore because you're not taking up class space. My biology class had 600 people in it. What's the difference between that and taking it online?
Yeah.
I just, you can have the college experience by going, and if you want to go, you can still go. You just pay all the money. If you can't afford it, why not be able to take it online?
Well, there's plenty of people taking online education. They are.
You got these people that say they can't get in. Well, hey, guess what? You're already in.
Yep.
Go take the class online, pass the test.
It's very prevalent throughout the military. I mean, military people have been doing this for a long time now.
Yeah. So we already got a model in place.
Yes.
It shows it works.
And there's plenty of colleges doing this.
Yeah. So I don't see the problem here. We don't have to give free education to everybody. Just put it all online.
Mm-hmm.
Let them come take the test and go from there.
One of the conservative, I don't want to say because I'll get it wrong, but one of these conservative universities or colleges here that you can go online and audit the class, and they actually provide some free classes there, especially for the Constitution. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know if I say the university, it'll be the wrong one, but there are several out there that are doing plenty of that.
We need to rapidly move in that direction, and that'll bring the cost of education way down, and we'll have a much more educated society.
Yeah.
What are we afraid of?
Well, the thing...
We're afraid that these guys that teach 3 hours a week aren't going to have a job anymore? Well, too bad.
Well, the thing with the online stuff is you have to be active, and you have to be willing to go out there and reach out as an individual and grab that education. And there's a lot of people that aren't. They have to be corralled into a class and,
puts the onus,
beaten over the head.
This will put the onus on you. How bad do you want it?
Yeah, well, exactly. It's
you
there.
want to continue digging the ditch, you're welcome to do so. You want to get out of the ditch, get educated, get a trade. And that's another thing. Trade colleges will still be necessary.
Yes, they do those.
To help, like nurses and
but
things like that.
Even so, if you wanted to be a carpenter or a plumber, etc., you can go on YouTube and even for self-home projects, everything is covered there. And they'll walk you right through it. Get this part, boom, 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 and you can do all those things.
Yeah, I had a gasket that had worn out on a toilet in my motorhome, and of course around here nobody works on it. None of the regular plumbers not familiar with it.
Right. Yeah.
And so I went on YouTube, got the instructions, watched several different people do it, and you get the gist of how to get this done. And went in there and bam, knocked it out right off the bat.
Yeah. When I have something going on around the house, it doesn't matter, okay, and I'll tap away on the computer and bring up a YouTube, and I don't know that I've never or ever gone on YouTube and not found what I needed to look at to figure out what I wanted to do. It's all, it's just there. There's channels galore, from automobile repair to, plumbing, carpentry, everything.
Yeah, and before people say, took you a lot of videos to how to change a toilet seal. No, this wasn't a toilet seal. This was a gasket up into the...
It's different in a motorhome.
Yeah, a totally different type of toilet. Right. The gasket's up in the bowl of the toilet.
Well, even so, even if you think you know how to do it and you've done it, going on YouTube every now and then and just kind of flipping through, there's new stuff out there all the time.
Yeah.
And it's... hey, I can do it cheaper, I can do it faster now with this little gizmo vice the way I've always been doing things.
They have, when you see a motorhome, a new one, they're so shiny and bright like a mirror, they're real. And I said, how do you get that, keep that finish like that? And it's not with wax. Went on YouTube, saw how it was done, bought the product, and voila, it works. Whole lot of cleaning involved, but to clean a motorhome takes 2-3 days.
Right.
Outside, clean a hot car, thoroughly, maybe an hour, if you did it super right. Other things we need to know: 17 students at Ohio High School got a perfect score on the ACT.
Ooh.
Yeah. A study says that half of American parents have cut back on their retirement savings. Why? To pay for their children's bills. Another study claims that having a happier spouse may add years to your lifetime. The old saying, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, there you go.
AARP has named Florida as an age-friendly state. Today's impossible question. 28% of those polled say it's rude for a house guest to ask for this.
Rude for a house guest to ask for a drink.
Your Wi-Fi password.
Oh, Wi-Fi password. Okay, well.
Don't know why that'd be considered so rude.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what the situation is. If you're just kind of casually there for a party or something, hey, man, can I have your... Oh, get the hell out of here. Yeah, I could see that. That would be kind of...
But an invited guest to stay at your home.
To stay at the home? Yeah, that I wouldn't consider rude. But, I mean, for a social event or something, somebody... So they can stand around tapping on their phone during the party or dinner or something... Yeah, that would be rude.
Right.
If you're, hey, come on in, you're going to stay for a week. Yeah, I'd say, hey, here's my Wi-Fi password if you need to get in there.
From a Did You Know category, you can predict how much money someone makes based on their favorite type of music. Over 90% of American households will buy a pie this week. No wonder I see so many out at the grocery store.
A pie.
A pie. Moon pie.
Moon pies, yeah, okay. There you go. And a Coke, or an RC.
RC.
Okay.
RC and a moon pie.
Or a cheer wine.
42% of office workers say office gossip is their favorite reason to go to work.
No.
According to a survey, 30% of women say they won't marry a man who has a bad credit score. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea because guess what? He's going to be screwing up your credit score.
Right.
Experts say if you want to keep mosquitoes away, don't drink beer.
Beer attracts mosquitoes.
Yeah, didn't you see him all over Kavanaugh's face when he was testifying?
Yeah.
Because he likes beer.
Beer. Give me a beer.
According to a recent survey, the most useful thing that students learned while at college is how to do laundry. Think we could teach them that for a little less than $100,000, don't you? And the average length of a marriage is 11 and a half years. But the average length of a woman's relationship with their hairstylist is 12 years.
Okay.
Go figure. Okay, things we measure. Let's see here. Okay, got it. All right, well, let's move on to today's rim shots and see how we fare in that category. Got to get down to it. There we go. All right, first of all, a new study of about 3,000 Twitter users found that there are some pretty significant differences between the average person on Twitter and the average American. Here are 4 big findings from the study. Number 1, Twitter users are younger. They have a median age of 40, while the median age of all U.S. adults is 47. Twitter users are more likely to have a college degree. Believe it or not, 42% of people on Twitter have at least a bachelor's degree. Why do they say at least as?
Don't know.
Bachelor's degree wasn't so easy to get, not from a legitimate college.
Yeah, it depends on when you got it.
Unless you're getting it in set design or some crap like that. Compared to 31% of all adults in the U.S. Twitter users make more money. 41% of their household income is above $75,000 compared to 32% of all U.S. adults. And Twitter's users are more likely to be Democrats. 36% identify as a Democrat compared to 30% of all American adults. On the flip side, 21% of Twitter users say they're Republican compared to 26% of all adults. Another thing they found also was, because I heard this on Hannity yesterday, was it Hannity or Rush? That the Twitter users tend to be, the better than you attitude people, and mostly feeding their own ego in Washington, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and L.A.
Yeah.
That's where the majority of your Twitter users are. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you see what Eminem said today on Twitter? No, don't care.
That's where they're called twits.
All right, well, let's rim shot it a little bit. Ben Affleck's next movie will be called Ghost Army and will be seen by a ghost audience. Lori Loughlin is worried that the college admissions scandal is tarnishing her legacy. Gee, you think?
No kidding.
I don't know. Full House, the Hallmark Channel, I would say the scandal is finally adding something interesting to it. Julie Louis-Dreyfus says that she had a hard time when she was on Saturday Night Live in the 80s because it was not female-friendly. Well, at least when she was on, it wasn't Kenan Thomas-friendly. Talking about somebody who's just never funny.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anne Hathaway announced that she's no longer vegan, but the fact she chooses to announce this proves that we can still count on her to be annoying.
Who's this? Anne
Hathaway.
Who's she? I don't think I've ever heard
skinny
of her.
actress.
All right, never mind then.
She, a friend of mine, has a cousin who's in the film industry, not as an actor but as a director. He's always an assistant director.
Right.
An assistant director is the one who actually sets everything up, the mics, the lighting, the shot, does all the work. Then the director walks in and goes, action.
Right. Yeah.
And he's basically the director without the glory.
Yeah.
So anyway, he said Anne Hathaway is one of the biggest biatches there are out there on the set.
Don't know her.
Real prima donna. Rapper Run B shot an armed intruder who tried to rob him. Crazy thought, but the story like this just might inspire rappers to start carrying guns, you think? Tom Arnold secretly recorded a phone call with Michael Cohen. The most shocking part is that someone still wants to talk to Tom Arnold.
Yeah, God, I haven't heard it. I That's the first I've heard his name in ages.
Tom Arnold, he...
Knucklehead.
Yeah, that and the fact that he has burned his nose out so bad that it's just completely might as well be sewn together.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's...
Oh, he's heavy cokehead. The Arizona Cardinals made, well, anytime you talk to him, it's kind of like this.
Okay.
Arizona Cardinals made quarterback Kyler Murray the top pick in the NFL draft last night. It's always been Murray's dream to play in a pro football team. And the Cardinals just put an end to that dream. A new study finds that kids in the U.S. are not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
I think the only clear solution is to put more water in Tide Pods, I guess. Warren Buffett, I thought you'd laugh hard on that one.
Well, to be honest, those things, they should be up on the top shelf, and you got to be careful.
Warren Buffett says newspapers are toast. Gee, what are we calling them now?
Birdcage liners.
Pitiful pilot. What was John calling them? Pathetic pilot. That's
pathetic.
It.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Pathetic and weak. Yeah.
Gee, your days are numbered. Of course, you haven't made a profit with the pilot, and who knows?
No, I got to have a birdcage liner.
Yeah.
Come on now, they are absorbent. That's
wrap fish in them, and might as well get your money's worth out.
Clean
of
the
them.
windows.
Clean the windows. Yeah.
They're good to lay over your
potty pads for the dog.
Your garden bed to keep the weeds out.
Anyway, Warren Buffett says the newspapers are toast, which is why millennials are now covering them in avocado. And that's your rim shots for today. All right, haven't done it much this week, so let's go get some bad guys, shall we?
And you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Straight across the floor in the style of the Duke, John Wayne, who the Colonel hates.
I don't hate the guy.
Open up our closet doors, look at all our gun safes, and today we're going to look at safe number... I got 30 of them here. Let's go to number 8. No, we've been there recently. Let's go to number 6.
Yeah, well,
open that bad boy up and let the Colonel reach in and grab our weapon of choice today.
Yeah, I don't feel like digging around too much. We'll go with a tried and true M1911A1 and let it go at that.
All right, we'll throw it into the holster, pin on our bags, grab 5 cans of some whoop ass, and out the door we go. In relentless pursuit, some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. Something tells me that this guy isn't a master criminal who really thought things through. A guy robbed a gas station in Queensland, Australia on Monday, and he wore a blue reusable grocery bag over his head to hide his face from the cameras. But he quickly filled up, he quickly filled it up a little. I'm sorry, take 2. But he quickly lifted it up a little to talk to the clerk. But when the clerk gave him some cash and cigarettes, the guy took the bag off completely to carry all that stuff out. So the police now have a great look at his face, and they're asking the public to help identify him. Stupid criminal news number 2. This is is there a black market for used colostomy equipment?
No, not that I am aware of.
Maybe a brown market?
Nope. Not here.
3 thieves broke into a medical center in Wynwood, Pennsylvania on Saturday morning and stole a bunch of colostomy scopes. And those things are valuable. The thieves got away with $450,000 worth of equipment.
Wow.
The cops are trying to track them down now, but really they seem pretty confused about the whole burglary. They say it isn't the first time they've seen someone steal a bunch of colonoscopy equipment, and they aren't sure what the thieves plan to do with it. A police sergeant told reporters, quote, "This isn't something that a typical pawn shop might accept."
No, not at all.
And last but not least, hey, people in Minnesota, maybe it's time to reassess your binge watching, because there are two stories in the news today about two different cops in Minnesota pulling people over for watching TV on their phones while they drove. Back on the 15th, the cop in Blaine, Minnesota, pulled over a 32-year-old woman for watching Parks and Recreation on her phone while she was driving. And then earlier this week, a state trooper did in Minnesota. Both got citations for distracted driving. And so it goes for this, what is this, Friday. Thank goodness. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow. So that's not tomorrow, but Monday for Monday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways, because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget, millions of Americans, they have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.
saw, he would have been laughed out of the competition right then and there. But for Lunch Bucket Joe, for Democrats, it's okay. Honestly, Sylvie, when's the last time you saw anybody deliver the 4-position soul shake?
Oh, I don't know. Pulp Fiction, it's a long time ago.
We were talking about it today. We think Undercover Brother might be the last time that we saw the 4-position, because that was you had to do that to get into the secret headquarters for Undercover Brother. You had to deliver that might have been the 6-position soul shake, and then they let him in.
Stir Crazy, Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Stir Crazy was sure, and right, and Gene, Wilder, and he was pretending to be black, and it was they were doing it ironically, they were doing it mockingly, even in 1981 or whatever that was. But for Lunch Bucket Joe to walk in and do the 4-position soul shake just made me laugh out loud. We're going to post the video so you can share it with your friends. It's going to start making the rounds. MSNBC aired it. But they had no comment on it. They didn't notice. They didn't know they're supposed to make fun of that. Fortunately, I do know that you're supposed to make fun of that. So thank God for me, I think. It's not really. But we'll post the video. Sylvie?
Awesome.
Very nice to hear your voice.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Be well. Sylvie in Waldorf, one of the OGs, one of the original listeners to our late night show many years ago. And all that good stuff. U.S. incarceration rate drops 10% over decade, hits lowest level in 20 years. And I saw this mentioned on MSNBC this morning, and it's the declining prison rate. It is apparently Saint Obama did this. Department of Justice statistics show that non-citizens made up roughly the same portion of the U.S. prison population, 7.6%, as the total U.S. population. That's NBC News' subheadline. I think that's an argument in favor of an open border. That's what they're getting to here. Pete Williams wrote the story, not the headline. The number of people serving in prison or jail in the United States dropped 10% over the decade ending in 2017. The Department of Justice said Thursday the latest evidence that a lower crime rate and changing sentencing policies. It was President Trump that changed sentencing guidelines, undoing the Bill Clinton sentencing guidelines that put so many people, especially people of color, in prison. Just ask Van Jones. Does he still self-describe as a communist? Because nobody asks him that question, but last time I looked, when he was asked, he said communist. The lower crime rate and changing sentencing policies are having an effect on the number of people behind bars. I think this is a good thing. We have too many people in prison in this country, have for a long time, for too many things, and I wouldn't put that many people in prison myself. Only violent criminals who need to be taken out of society should be in prison, in my opinion, or really serious nonviolent criminals. But after decades of increase, the latest figures show the incarceration rate, the number of prisoners compared to the U.S. population, is at its lowest level in 20 years, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. From 2007 to 2017, incarceration rates in state and federal prisons and local jails dropped by more than 10%. And the population of prisoners serving a sentence of more than a year declined for the fourth year in a row, BJS data showed. Despite claims by the Trump administration that undocumented immigrants commit a disproportionate number of crimes, I don't care what the proportion is. They're not supposed to be in the country in the first place. You understand how this works? Non-citizens made up roughly the same portion of the U.S. population. That's great. Now, we're not talking about non-citizens. We're talking about people in the country illegally. I would fully expect that people working for embassies and companies in the United States commit crimes at a lower rate. That is to say, legal immigrants to the United States. That would offset the disproportionately high number of crimes committed by people in the country illegally. The first crime is you're in the country illegally. All right? Illegal immigration is illegal. Anybody? So they're tampering with statistics, and this is Pete Williams, who I respect as a reporter. He's a good reporter, even though he's at NBC News. But that's another one of those statistical shell games that they're playing there. We're not talking about immigrants committing crimes. I'm not worried about immigrants committing crimes. We're talking about illegal aliens, illegal immigrants. Crime number one, you're in the country illegally. Get it through your thick skulls.
Illegal immigration is illegal.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-590-7516. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-590-7516. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-590-7516. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-590-7516. 800-590-7516.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Together, we can turn a stairwell into an ER at a moment's notice. Together, we can turn a rescue ship for refugees into a maternity ward. Together, we can vaccinate 710,000 people in just 11 days. Together, we are Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders goes where others don't to provide life-saving medical care. Learn more at doctorswithoutborders.org.
Saving you money every morning from 6 to 7. It's the consumer's guru, Clark Howard, here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is going on now at Leith Honda Aberdeen. With a huge selection of new 2019 vehicles, great prices, and no